The worst financial advice ever. Hi, Dean Jenkins with FollowMeTrades.com, and this is the market update for the week coming up of February 12th, 2018. Well, we had a really volatile week last week. In case you noticed, all of the major indexes pulled back about 10%. Now, during this pullback, my subscribers in the live trading room, the stock option pick service, we made a ton of money. We saw an early indication of this coming, and we went short the S&P 500 index, and we made some very fast, very dramatic profits. And I say the worst financial advice ever because I get super frustrated with financial advisors and the overall talking heads who advise people on managing their money because they have one answer. They have one single answer, and that is buy and hold. Now, if you've got a 10-year, a 20-year, 30-year horizon, maybe that's good advice. But here's an article from Money Magazine. Right, and they talk about the one mistake small investors always make when the stock market plunges, and they say, well, they sell. Well, really? That's a mistake? Because they only have one answer, and that is buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. Again, if you got a really long horizon, that's okay advice. But why do you need to sit through a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% pullback in the market? I mean, it makes them look, here's your financial advisors right here, right? The geniuses looking at their computer and looking at the current conditions and coming up with one answer every single time. Buy and hold. And by the way, these geniuses are compensated for assets under management, and they could care less whether you're making money or losing money. They make money either way. I think there's a better way. I think you could trade the realities of the market and make money whether the market is going up or down, and we participate in whatever trend, whatever the realities of the market are. And the realities are the market gave a clear signal that it was turning, and we took a short and we made a ton of money, some really fast profit. The market goes down a lot faster and goes up. So if the market's going up, we're long. And when it shows clear signs, which it did, we go short. And we take individual trades and we trade the overall market based on the realities of what it's doing. And we don't have to sit through these incredible haircuts of, a 30, 40, 50% loss on our account, wait 10 years for it to come back, which is kind of the historical norm. So why not trade what the market is actually doing to make money based on what it's doing? So this is the chart of the S&P 500 daily chart, daily interval. It pulled back dramatically. Now it's reversed. It came right to the 200 SMA. That's an important level. So we had a dramatic low. It broke through the Ichimoku cloud, came to the 200 SMA, reversed up a little bit. I don't think the volatility is over. I think it's going to continue down. I'm not trading based on that. I'm going to wait for the realities. I believe it will reverse up probably to the cloud over the next week or two, pull up a bit, and then reverse and continue down. And I believe, based on what we're seeing, that there's more lows to come. I will trade the realities as it plays out. I am not going to be long and sit through an incredible pullback and lose a ton of money. If we look at the weekly chart on the S&P 500, the retracement, if a really big correction gets going, which it could take us down to a midpoint of 1872. Why would you sit there and lose money and lose money and lose money and lose money and then have to wait 5 to 10 years to get it back? That's not a great strategy. That is what these fellows do. So that's my riff on financial advisors. And again, they don't care what happens to your account. They get paid either way. Bad news. Okay, so we can trade the realities of the market. We can make money whatever the market's doing. It goes down a lot faster. That's when we make the most profit, actually, is on pullbacks, because it goes down so much faster than it goes up. So let's go back to the daily chart and talk about what to watch for. Again, I think it's going to pull up to the cloud, maybe up to about 2,700, and reverse again, and watch for signs of a reversal a couple days down, and then it's going to head down again pretty dramatically. That is my prediction. I'll go out on a limb and say that. So be ready for that. And my pick subscribers, people in my live trading room, we are going to be profiting from that next move just like we profited. We caught this move and made a ton of profit. So we're going to try and do that again. We'll be doing it based on the realities, what's actually happening, not what I think's going to happen, but when it really happens and gives great trade setups. So that's my take on the overall markets. I think they will pull up, and then I think they will head down again, and it could get bigger than even before. And that's based on the technical patterns here, and also a super interesting statistic, and that statistic is here. There are an infinite number of economic indicators you can look at, but here's what kind of matters to me right here. U.S. stock funds suffer record outflows. So individual investors are pulling their money out of mutual funds. They're calling up to brokers and saying sell. We've had 8 years of a bull market. They say that's enough. I want to lock in the profit, get my money out. A record amount of money coming out of funds. What happened? The mutual funds have to go sell stocks to fulfill those distributions, right? And so whether the geniuses think that's a good idea or not, and let's revisit the geniuses who really don't want you to sell. They really want to have your assets under management and get their commission, right? Whether they think that's a good idea or not, they're going to be forced to sell. So that alone could drive the market down. So that's my speculation. And again, it's a bit of a prisoner's dilemma where people, individual traders, institutional traders, are not focused on the fundamentals of the market, which are pretty strong. They're worried about what other people are going to do, right? And they're trying to be ahead of that curve. And if other people are going to sell, then they want to sell. All this game theory. I think the stage is set for more pullbacks. Could be wrong. I'm going to profit either way because I trade the realities, what the market's actually doing. But I'm ready, and if it does pull back, we're going to make a ton of profit. So we'll trade the realities. We'll see what happens. It'll be super interesting. We're going to profit either way. If it goes back up, we'll be going long, and we'll make money. The whole buy and hold thing, horse pucky, cow pucky, it's all really good garden fertilizer, but it's not a good trading strategy. Buy and hold. Let's buy and sell based on what the market's doing. Let's make some profit. Let's put our money to work, right? So I have an opinion, in case you might have noticed here. So anyway, we'll be trading the realities. And the reality, I think, is we'll see a pull up to the cloud here, and then another reversal down to more lows. That's what I'm looking for. And when it's proven, I'll trade it. Let's take a look at the other key markets here. So here's gold futures, and I have been a gold bull. Through 17, we had a really strong pull up in gold. It stalled at a previous high. It pulled down to the cloud, and now it's reversing. And if the indexes continue down, as I suspect, I think we're going to have a breakout in gold up to new highs, and I will be trading that. And we are very close to taking entries on gold. Very, very interesting. Let's look at oil next. All right, oil. Oil had an amazing run up through 17, up above 65, a really sharp pullback into the Ichimoku cloud, and now it looks like it is finding some support. So I'm going to be looking for evidence to go long on oil as well. So I am long oil, long gold, and probably short the indexes and individual stocks in the indexes that look like they're going to fall dramatically. I trade based on reality. What's actually happening, not what I think is going to happen, but we're about to get some very real signals for these trades, and I'm pretty excited about it. We've already beaten the indexes year to date in the stock pick service and the trading room, and I think we're going to slay them in the weeks and months to come. Really excited about it. So stay tuned. If something exciting happens, I'll send an update real time. Other than that, we'll catch you next week. Take care. Trade safe. Keep your winners big, your losers small, and tune these guys out. They don't have a clue. All right. Thanks. Bye.